Does that mean I would do more casual content? Maybe. I mean, videos that I can, like, stream once and record content for are fun, but I'm not sure how often I'd be doing said ones. It depends. Like, there was a... I won't leak what this was, obviously, but I got invited to do a bit of a collab, and it would have involved a longer stream, and I'm not able to do that because of that. So it depends, like, is the content I can record, like, feasible for the time being? Dude, this game feels so awkward when you haven't played for, like, a month. Like, it actually feels so strange. I know this feeling is only gonna get worse. The few times I've gone on, I've picked, like, just complete goofy stuff, and I'm not focused on trying to hit the opponent. Do you miss us? I miss comp, of course, Kyo. That's what you're referring to, right? Oh, wow. But yeah, I mean, that's another factor. If I ever did come back to comp years down the line, would be like, yeah, my skill is going to be in the gutter. It already has dropped so much. Because I've had, like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months of not actively practicing. And the game just feels strange when you do that. Oh, I thought someone was on this wall. And that zap is just teleporting. But yeah, I mean, if challenges or other content around the sort works, then, like, absolutely. And, I'll definitely be doing plenty of Raiders stuff. I'll definitely do plenty of Raiders. I mean, me not playing for, like, a month is no indicator on the game being dead. Like, the game has nothing to do with why I'm playing less. The game could be actively getting content, and outside of it making for more lucrative videos, I wouldn't be playing as much either. I still really like this game, it's just the time I have to dedicate it is low. That's all. If you want to redeem a 1v1 now, sure. It's your channel points. I preferably just don't do them all at once. Don't want to do a billion 1v1s. But that might be a reward or a retire down the line. Because, well, I'm retired now, so I don't think there's... I mean, I guess you still get to play against me if I'm going to be washed, so... I don't know if it's worth. But, if you want to, go ahead. Struggling to see why people say S-Blast is a better range blaster. Has a better kit. I got wall banged. Good to know that's still a thing. Has a better kit. Burst Bomb and Booyah are very strong. The weapon's faster. It has options for multiple range values. It doesn't really lose any matchups. It's less susceptible to being rushed down. It has less downtime. I wouldn't call it, like, directly a better range. Like, range has still got the big long-range AoE. That's not bad. But S-Blast certainly has a lot more things going for it. So, I don't think the strengths that Range Blaster has are particularly worth investing into right now. That would be what I'd say. The good news is, as washed as I am as a player, I feel like I have improved a lot as a coach with the NA League. I had a lot of valuable games to look at for Moonlight, and I was very happy with the work that we did. Throughout the last week of the NA League, I was basically going through every single scrim we did and subtitling notes for it so that they could get a session in like 15 minutes. It took like 2 to 3 hours each day. But I had nothing going on that week, so we all wanted to grind for the league, and we had time for it, and I wanted to be a part of that, so I did that. That was a lot of fun. Well, Slosh or S-Blast Pen is the best comp? Oh, Mini, like the stamp Mini, right, Q? I'm guessing that's the one you mean? Or do you mean Zimmy? If you had a hard time shopping Shadow onto Mini, I see him streaming it consistently. Vimy being used on finals day was a pretty last-second decision. We had basically no practice with Vimy, and like the Vimy wiper comp we had on Clam Blitz Humpback was also not planned. But I noticed that Shadow had been practicing it in solo, so I had faith he would be able to perform well with it. I decided to go with it. So that's why we did that. I wouldn't say I was like nervous for the decision. I felt it was a good decision. But I think the NA League forced us into a lot of counterpicking and changing comps. That made it harder to be consistent, particularly into Milky Way. I felt like that made our matchup into them worse. So I'm hoping with zones only formats being more popular now that we can kind of reset a little bit to our normal game plan, which might involve less Mini, but I think Mini is like the default option we do with our pen comps. Arias, thank you so much for the Prime. Here's Jeff Bezos Calms. I don't know what you mean by that, but I appreciate the Prime. Thank you for funding my income. Hammer. I mean, probably, right? I feel like that's the safe good comp to name. Like, Mini is a very good weapon. I don't think Hammer suffers for its lack of entry. It's a very good fighting support option. That's been the trend for the past, like, 6 months since the third kits got put in the game. I think, like, if the traditional pen S-Blast stuff is the best comps, like if the weird bow stuff or leader try stuff or any of those don't pan out, if none of those are real, which I don't know yet, right, then I feel like Mini has to be the answer to the pen comp, and I like S-Blast Bucket more than S-Blast Mints. S-Blast Mint Vimy is also good, but I think the double AoE is just a little too valuable right now. I think the opportunities you get with it are just too strong. So I'd say I like Bucket a little better for that comp, but I mean, Mint always is hard to gauge exactly how good it could be, so it could be wrong, but I guess my thoughts on Mint from like playing with Omega is I do feel, even if less so, I feel it is still susceptible to roller downsides where, while much harder, it can still be kind of ignored. Dude, the water level raised in the block that came out of the ground made my shot spark and not kill. Yeah. The only, like, big things I've been interested in with, like, the Area Cup results is that one E-Leader run, because the E-Leader that won the Area Cup, like, 2 Area Cups ago, did not drop, like, a game, I think, the entire run. They, like, absolutely demolished everybody. And I have not seen, like, an Area Cup run that was that clean before. So, I spent a lot of time looking at that. That was with a variety of different comps, but I think it was mainly Bucket, Try, Forge, and E-Leader. That was, like, the main comp I saw. And I did like the idea behind it. There also was an E-Leader 24 and 1 bomb on the first game with the double Bucket and a zap, so that was something. They played a bit of Dread on Crab Leg, but it didn't go well, as expected. They barely won. That was the closest they came to losing. They had to make like an overtime comeback at the end. I think Mint suffers slightly more without Crab. Yeah. I mean, I think Hammer is also just... I think Mint itself can deal with Hammer, but I think it hurts Bubble. I don't know. I just think there's more options at dealing with Mint in modern day. I feel like there's a lot of different ways to go around its plan, and if you're good at Mint, you can just better player all of it, but if we're talking, like, most optimal comp, then I think Bucket is stronger. I think double AoE just opens up a lot of options for how your team plays. What about Incline Bow winning Area Cup? I don't know how I feel about it. It's like one of those weapons where for a few months now I've thought that like if someone really good at it played it, they could probably win. Like I think it's at that level of viability to where it could win a tournament if someone did well with it. But I also didn't see anything that made me go like, yeah, this weapon's like broken or something. Like I don't think it's insane. I don't think it changed my opinion very much. It just affirmed that like, yeah, this is viable. I mean, Forge is pretty solid in general, I think. But I do think Forge is pretty good at dealing with Mint in particular. Like, it just gives you a weapon that can hang back a little more to deal with it. Does enough damage to punish it if you have teammates with you, and the Booyah is obviously a good answer into it. Stamper's not even in the debate anymore. I think they should buff Stamper a little bit. See what I mean about S+ being a little easier, like skill floor wise? Like when I'm really washed and I want to just play casually and relax, like this weapon will be way easier to play than RB. Because like I don't have to go for the difficult direct stuff. Skill ceiling's definitely higher. Like at some point you have to just direct everybody, but if you're chilling, it's not too hard. Favorite Pokemon games? I haven't played enough of the Pokemon games to have an opinion on it. I mean, Stamper's still good enough. It's just so much harder than playing any of the other options that, like... If you already play Sword and you're good at Sword, go for it. But if you're, like, someone new, and it's gonna take you, like, a year to be really good at the weapon, you better really like the weapon. Because the whole time you're gonna be thinking, I could have just played, like, X other top tier and had an easier job, and you would be right. Does Dooley get a fall if his Crab gets worse? I don't think Crab is going to get worse. Like, every now and then we keep going like, oh, if a Crab's going to drop off, there's so much stuff to deal with it. But Crab's just too consistent. It's too stable. Like, it's definitely weaker than it used to be, but I don't think it's ever going to go away. I don't think it's ever going to exit, like, a top 5 special, unless they, like, change it again. I think Crab is, like, pretty stable. So I think, like, Splash... Crab Dooley, maybe Crab Dread if you really wanted to play it, are all probably fine. Like, I don't think anything's going to really change with those weapons over time. I do think Vimy needs to be, like, 200p. Like, I've thought about Stamp a lot. I don't think Stamp needs a nerf, though I wouldn't mind the 120 hitbox being toned down. I think the main problem is Mini spams way too fucking much of the throw mode. Like, Mini is... it gets way too many. I don't know why that weapon is 190. That weapon should not be 190p. We need to stop making painting weapons with, like, good specials this low points. Like, it absolutely should be 200 next patch. Maybe even 210, but, like, at least 200. That's, like, the main nerf I want to see to, like, anything Stamp related, is I want Mini spamability. Like, that needs to be adjusted. I don't know. My number one special nerf is either Booyah or Strike. I think Strike is, like, less healthy. I don't like how it feels right now, but Booyah is, like, straight up more overtuned. Booyah is very dumb. And I just don't know which one I have a bigger problem with. But I think both of them being nerfed would be a good way to hurt, like, the S-Blast Bucket duo. Without, like, taking as much power away from the guns. Yeah, like, it's not even hard to get, like, a lot of hammer. I don't know what I thought I was gonna do there. I'd be, like, right in Kraken charge range. Yeah, it used to be 180 Vimy, too. We're very lucky that at least happened. Could have been worse. Do we not have Arashi back? You might have Arashi back. He posted on Twitter that he misses Splatoon. And I got, like, 6,000 likes, because Arashi is still good at Twitter. So, he might play again. His favorite special is broken now. But I have no idea what he's got going on in his life. I have no idea how serious that tweet is. I haven't like, asked him about it. So, maybe he'll play. '96 already viable. I mean, VAC 96 won. I think the 96s are all solid, but 96 Deco should not be 210 for Kraken. Can we fix this? Why are we still 210 for like a bottom 3 special? We don't need 210p on that thing, like come on. Its output is fine. Like just give it like I think like a little Kraken buff or a little more Kraken would help. I think Vac is gonna be good in the Bucket S+ stuff, but Hammer ruins that. Yeah, I mean Hammer's probably gonna stop a lot of momentum. It does stop you from throwing Hammer though, so I don't know. I think that's actually still like, if you're fighting mini and they're just throwing it, you can just stop them from throwing Hammer, I guess. It's like maybe it's still valuable. I still just don't think any of the Vac options are particularly strong. I think 96 is inflated by how often it gets back. It's 190 with a Sprinkler, it just gets a lot of them. Like, I don't think that weapon is anything particularly special, it's just the Vac output is ridiculous. So, you can use it to just have, like, more control over team fights. And when they happen. I got sidetracked for so long, I was supposed to be talking about Bow. I think Bow is very similar to Pen, in terms of how it plays right now. It paints a lot, and it does chip damage for your team to play off of with the explosions. It paints more, and it gets a worse special, but I think like the paint and chip damage are what make it valuable over time. Yeah, I mean, I don't even like Vac Rapid, because I don't like Mist on it. The sub, I mean, I don't like any of the sub weapons much. Charger feels the most safe because it doesn't ruin comps if you have Charger. Yeah, I like Vac Chara. I think it has potential in zones only, but I don't think we're going to see it. Because I think like anyone who could play it is just going to prefer Leader. I've asked Basil about it and like I got a similar answer from her of like, Leader is just better. I don't know if there's like any maps where it'd be worth it to drop it for Vac Chara. Like, I think the only map you can't really pick Leader in Turf War is Urchin. I think, like, every other map is fine for it now. It's like just Urchin, you have to have, like, a counter-pick weapon. That's it. Play V-Charger on Humpback? I don't feel like Humpback's that insane for Vacuum, but I guess I can see it. I felt Leader is fine on Humpback. Yeah, I don't know. If we don't get any more third kits, which is what seems likely right now, then the distribution they did for them makes no sense. Like, I kind of wrote off the distribution when they came out because I was like, okay, they're clearly gonna just do more. That's why the distribution of specials is so weird. But no. Maybe not. Maybe the distribution of specials is just bad for no reason. I feel like I've gotten too used to S-Blast shot speed. Switching to RB feels so weird. Casado played Crab Charger on Urshin, but I haven't gone to check it out. I have not seen that either. In the Area Cup, he played Dapple, I think. So... Or no, was that Nispa who played it? I don't know what he played. He switched to something, I think. I thought it was Dapple, but maybe... No, he wasn't with Nispa, never mind. Yeah, he switched to Dapple. He switched to Dapple. He played Red Dapple. Played Double Cooler. Last two games at solid distribution. Maybe S1 did. S2 I know didn't. I have looked at S2 data recently. S1 maybe I don't remember. I mean, S2 had like 7 specials, so I'd hope it wouldn't be that hard. Bubble also sucked. Well, they added Bubble Dooley. I think Bubble is on like so many weapons that fit for it. I don't really think I need to see Bubble on much else. Oh. Team more Stinger. Oh, Bubbler. Or not Bubbler, Armor is what you mean. Unless you mean Bubble Blower. I don't even know anymore. They stopped adding Stingrays for a reason, guys. That one was intentional. That wasn't a distribution error. That was an intentional decision. It will never be admitted, but that was absolutely intentional that they stopped adding rays to the game. They know what they did. They knew what it had become. What's your opinion on Dino Nuggets? I've never had Dino Nuggets, so I don't have an opinion. Dowser, what jetpack could work? I don't know if anything wants jetpack right now. I don't know if they're, like, maybe Tetra. Maybe Tetra. That's it. That's the only one where I could think maybe this would be an upgrade over its current kits. And even then, it'd need a good sub to be worth over the Reef Slider one. But Tetra doesn't want to run SPU for Slider, so maybe Jet could be, like, weirdly powerful for it with its rolls. I don't know. That's, like, the only maybe I have. Oh, Wellstring third kit could be insane. Wellstring's such a strong main weapon. Though I guess its hammer kit has to be pretty solid right now, even if it's a bit awkward. I wonder if V-Well could be a thing we could see make a tournament run. I feel like if Incline Bow can do it, then V-Well surely can also do it, no? Like, it doesn't paint as well, but it's still pretty good chip damage. And, like, Hammer is a much better special, even if it doesn't, like, line up as much with the game plan. You know, I feel like that has to be possible. But people only play that in Rainmaker, I know, so, who knows. Thank you, Hammer. V-Well's potential, for sure. Think there's a reason why the devs would remove a special? I mean, there could be reasons. Would they actually do it? I don't think so. Does Atomic still play roller? I don't think Atomic plays the game. I haven't seen them around in a while. You think S-Boss jump shot RNG is necessary to its identity? You want to make this have RNG? No. If that's what you mean, I can't read the message fully. If that's what you mean, no. No. That is the coolest part about the weapon. It's what makes it worth being in the game. At that point, just remove the gun. Like, I think the long-range mode of S-Blast is fine. I like the identity they built with this. I think it's perfect. If they want to adjust the short-range mode, make it, like, a little smaller but still larger than Luda, then, like, that's fine. Go ahead. I would not be opposed to that. Lower the skill floor a little bit, you know, that's fine. They can do that. A lot of reviews have been helpful. Thank you for doing that, making them public. Yeah, no problem. Guess y'all and Moonlight saw the announcement for SWC? Yeah, we'll definitely be around for it. We definitely want to try to make a run in that. With the gun, that doesn't sound so bad, actually. I mean... Is this? No, they're playing. Okay. I don't know. See, now when I give my opinions on this stuff, like, when I talk about Hammer, it's the same thing where, like, I have my take on it, and I watch Moonlight play a lot, obviously, but I don't play myself. So, like, maybe my opinions would be different if I still played. But the more I think about it, the more I think that, like, S-Blast's main gun is not the problem. I still think this thing right here is the larger issue. Same for, like, Strike with Bucket. Like, I think giving these two AoE kill guns access to such strong specials, like, I don't know. I just don't like how easy it is to use Booyah. It feels way too free in, like, every situation. Like, it's actually insane how often you can just, like, use it, and it works. And, like, it's, I don't know. I think Booyah needs to have a certain level of risk associated with it. And I just feel it doesn't have that anymore. It's the machine issue reimagined. Okay, I think... Here's the difference for me. I think Machine was, like... I think the problems are different to me. My issue with Machine, my core problem with it, is I felt it got too much value from passive gameplay. My main problem with Machine was Fizzy. Like, Fizzy and a low Booyah charge back in the day. Like, you could double Fizzy with just last-ditch effort at the time. And it cost, and it painted so much, and you're like a 200 people Booyah. It's like, you could just sit back. If you didn't have shit for your main gun to do, you could always just hang back and you'd be fine. S-Blast can't do that, but S-Blast fights so unbelievably well. That, like, that's like the polar opposite problem. Machine was a good fighting weapon that didn't have to fight. This is a fighting weapon that's so good at fighting that it's hard to balance it. And that's why I feel like a Booyah nerf might help, because I think that Booyah Bomb is part of that problem. I think there are a lot of times where S-Blast would die if Booyah wasn't as good as it was right now. Like, Booyah gets it out of situations that it should not reasonably have a way out of. But that and, like, cooler QSJ is also the other problem. Because, like, S-Blast mobility is supposed to be another problem, but it doesn't matter because you can just jump out. And, like, cooler QSJing is just so fast. So it's like, I don't know. I've gone on record saying, though, if they do nerf this weapon, I think what they have to do is tone back its range. Like, of both firing modes. Like, slightly take a bit off the range. Because this thing is, like, a little less range than Forge right now. So if its directs were shorter range, it'd have to be, like, in a lot more exposed positions to go for the attacks it wants to do. And it would still be, like, an absolute fighting monster up close. But I think it would leave spacing it out as an option, right? I think it would be easier to just space it out instead. Are burst bombs fine? I don't know. I wish S-Blast wasn't as ink efficient with it, but also, like, you need, like, 4 sub-saver on the weapon already. Like, I don't know if there's a lot you can do in that area. I think you need to keep some aspect of the burst bomb combos in its kit. I don't think you can really change that. Like, that's too much of the weapon's identity. But I don't know, like, we can talk about nerfs all day. At the end of the, like, to me, the real problem is there's just not enough strong, like, fighting weapons right now. Like, imagine if Dually Sculpture was at a main weapon power that's, like, comparable to this thing. Or Brella, or Brush, or, like, Ink Brush, I mean, not, like, the other ones. Though Ink Brush might be annoying. Like, Wiper, Stamper. I just think most of the other midline weapons should be stronger. More than these being weaker. Like, I don't mind making these weaker, but, like, I am willing to bet the timeline we're gonna hit is S-Blast gets another nerf, maybe something else gets another nerf, none of the buffs are good enough, and we're in the same fucking spot we were, and nothing changes. Like, if you made me bet money on the future, that's what I'd bet on. That would be my honest, like, bet. Is that I don't think it would change. By the way, can we also nerf Pen, please? I actually think, like, Pen needs, like, one more small nerf. We're getting closer to an ideal balance state, but I think it needs a little more. I think it needs a little bit more. Buff Wiper 65 damage on Slash. I want that. I'm down. Yeah, I agree. I think that'd be a good idea. Why Pen? It's just too common. I think we'd see more variety. Like, just something small. Because I like Pen in the meta, but I think it needs to be, like, a little more balanced. That's all. The design is there, but the weapon's still just a little too good at its job. It's just a tuning issue. There's no, like, design problem. I was not sure that would directly reach. That was a little crazy. But that is actually a really effective thing. I don't know how that Luna got out of that. That wasn't even a QHJ jump. Dapple's a slept-on cooler option? I mean, it won with the bow team. I don't think it's really slept on at this point. It's used, like, about everywhere I'd expect it to be. It's not going to be, like, an all-around cooler option like the other ones, and that's fine. That's not its identity. Ah, I'm dead. Thoughts about Squiffer? It's just not worth the effort. I don't know. I don't have any complex thoughts on Squiffer. It's not worth the effort. Squiffer needs, like, more mobility tools, I think. I think it needs to be a little harder to hit. So that I can have more, like, time or ways of hitting a shot. I'd like to see, like, a higher strafe speed or lightweight. That or, like, make it zip, like, uber cheap. Give it, like, a 170, 160 caster. So it has access to that more often. Like, you'd have to get good at it and that'd be hard, but I think it would be an interesting route. I'd also like to see caster get buffed. I think buffing caster could be interesting. I don't know how they would buff it, though. Other than just making it cheaper. Honestly, I like the idea of caster just being an across-the-board cheaper special. Like, keep its power level where it is and just give it more uptime. I feel like that'd be most fun, as well. Like, make Stamper 190 cast. Make Brush 180. Stuff like that. Is there a DC? I don't know which player DC'd, but alright, I guess it doesn't count then. I'll take it. Zip traveling faster? Nah, it's already... I don't think you can make that faster. It already is fine. What's your weapon power right now? I don't know. I don't have one. You still believe in recycled? Yeah, but I don't think we're going to see anything with it. I think it's too hard to be worth it, even if it could win. I would recommend de-rusting and getting good again if you haven't played in a while. Just play. Do solo. You want to de-rust? You gotta play X rank. Or whatever rank you're at, just grind solo. You'll learn. I don't know. I think a lot of my thoughts on this game are gonna be something I think about after the patch is out. I need to see what the direction of changes are gonna be, because I think this season, S-Blast... Like, if you look at the X-Rank Zones data for top 500, the two most popular weapons by a wide margin are S-Blast and Pencil. And it's been a significant amount of time since the nerfs to both those weapons, so, like... We're gonna find out, is Nintendo gonna try to adjust the two main things that need to be adjusted? What are they gonna do? And, like, I think that if they tackle that, it'll be one of the most important patches in this game's history. And we just have to see. This is a patch? Not yet, but I'd assume one would happen soon. It's been almost 4 months, and it's been the longest we've had between patches. So, I'm assuming we're gonna get something soon. I don't think it'll be too long. And the solo queue data and the time since the nerfs have now made it very clear what needs to be adjusted. So, like, if we don't see anything, then they're happy with it clearly, and they're just gonna tolerate it. Ciegas? Thank you for the tier 1 sub 3 months in advance. I appreciate it. And Cherry Blossom, thank you so much for the gifted membership on YouTube. Really appreciate the support, guys. Thank you very much. I hit too low. L3D maybe, but it's just so overshadowed by Mini. I don't think we'd see it because of that. Like, I think it's probably pretty solid, but like, why would you pick it over Mini? I don't think there's a reason. Zokai, thank you so much for the membership. Really appreciate it. Welcome in. Another DC. Alright. I'm getting a little bored. Been streaming for almost an hour, so I think we'll probably call the games here. Do you think Reflux should be 200 for Booyah? Nah, 210 on it is fine. Alright, why don't we pick a Splatfest team? All right. There we go. Simple decision made. Oh yeah, guys, you want to see what else I got? I got home from a trip last week. And during that time, I finished up one of the last things I haven't done in this game. This is the last emote I didn't have. I didn't get Card Shark yet. It took me forever to get level 30 in Table Turf. I fought one of the easy CPUs 3 times and got it on the flight home. So I have Card Shark now. I am now finished with Turf War. With the Table Turf. I know there's like more stuff you can get for higher levels, but this is everything I needed to do. I'm good. Alright, so I got Card Shark. And that's done. Yeah, I wanted to end this talking about future stream goals. Now that I'm like actually recording. I'm going to try to stream once or twice a week. I'm gonna be honest, streaming isn't something that I feel is super worth my time, and I'm more burned out from Splatoon and focused on other things. But I still like talking with you guys occasionally, and, you know, it's a good way to connect with viewers, so I want to do it every now and then. I also got a lot of support on the stream from subs and memberships, so I also want to say thank you to everyone who participated with that in the stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I had a lot of fun today, so I'm gonna try to balance it out a little bit better as we start the year. The goal is to get streaming a little bit consistent. I've had like a note sitting in my goals forever to stream 8 hours a week, and I have finally realized that that is just not going to ever happen. So I'm hoping that I can figure something else out long term for this, and I'll be working on that. For now, the temporary goal is 2 streams a week, and we'll see what we can do. But a lot of people tuned out to this stream. I have a lot of people watching, so I appreciate it a lot. Thank you guys for the support. I'll figure it out going forward. Hopefully, we'll have a patch to talk about soon. That would be very helpful for stream content. But yeah, I don't think I'll be live this weekend. I'm probably going to chill a bit and figure some things out. And when I get like a better idea on what my schedule is going to be, hopefully I'll figure out streaming a little bit more. But that's it for now. So thank you guys very much.